The scene opens with a woman named Nina confronting her husband, Andrew, and his lover, Millie, their live-in house help, after discovering their betrayal. In a fit of rage, Nina attacks Millie, and Millie proudly threatens to throw her out of the house, with Andrew standing firmly by her side. Heartbroken and overwhelmed, Nina drives away from the house and stops near the gate. There, her pain takes an unexpected turn. Her tears dissolve into an intense, almost unsettling laugh, as though this outcome is exactly what she had been waiting for, before she finally leaves the home behind. Why would a woman pretend to be devastated only to suddenly shift to happiness after discovering her husband's betrayal and forced by his lover out of her home? Let's go back before the incident unfolds. We are introduced to Millie Calloway, a young woman living out of her car and desperately searching for work. During her search, she comes across a position as a live-in maid for the wealthy Winchester family in Great Neck, Long Island. There, she meets her potential employer, Nina. During the interview, Nina points out that Millie's qualifications exceed those of a typical maid, but Millie expresses her genuine love for the work and her willingness to take on the role. Nina then gives her a brief tour of the house and explains the responsibilities Millie would have if she were hired. Since Nina is still interviewing other candidates, they part ways afterward. As Millie leaves, she can't shake the feeling that if Nina were to run a background check, she might not get the job at all. Welcome to Sandy's Timeline. Today, we're going to be covering the thriller film, The Housemaid. As usual, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps like this. Let's jump in. A few days later, Millie receives a call informing her that she has been hired, and she eagerly begins work that very same day. That evening, she is introduced to Andrew and their daughter, Cece. From Andrew's reaction, it's clear he hadn't expected Millie to be living in the house, but he goes along with it nonetheless. After a long day of work, Millie finally has time to examine her room in the attic. The space is small, with a single window that doesn't open, and a door that locks from the outside with no key. When Millie voices her concern, Nina reassures her that she will have the handyman fix the window and provide a key. She explains that the room was previously used as Andrew's file storage. Before calling it a night, Nina also gives Millie a phone so they can communicate more easily. The next morning, Millie oversleeps and wakes to the sound of Nina trashing the kitchen in a frantic search for her PTA notes, which she insists she left on the counter the night before. Nina accuses Millie of throwing them away. Amid the chaos, Andrew steps in and calms Nina down, handling the situation as though he's used to these outbursts, before apologizing to Millie. After cleaning up the mess, Millie meets Enzo, the house handyman. Their interactions are consistently uncomfortable. Enzo keeps to himself and seems like someone who wants to say something, but never quite does, leaving an uneasy impression. On Sunday, supposedly Millie's day off, as she prepares to leave the house, Nina stops her and insists that she stay, erupting into yet another tantrum. This time, Andrew intervenes and allows Millie to leave, going against Nina's wishes. It's later revealed that Millie is on her way to meet her parole officer to provide her current address and employer's contact information. We learn that she must continue checking in regularly or risk being sent back to jail to complete her remaining 5-year sentence. While Millie is out, Nina calls and orders her to pick up Cece from her ballet class, but fails to provide the address. When Millie arrives, she discovers that Cece was already scheduled to attend a sleepover that had been planned weeks in advance. When they contact Nina for confirmation, she dismisses the situation and makes Millie look foolish. This incident further overwhelms Millie and reinforces her growing suspicion that Nina's sudden mood swings may be signs of an underlying mental illness. From that point on, the relationship between Nina and Millie grows increasingly tense. Eventually, Nina fires Millie when she finds her comfortable watching a show with Andrew at night, but Millie pleads to stay. Nina reluctantly gives her one final week to prove herself, along with a demand that she begin dressing more appropriately around the house. During one of Nina's tea parties, Millie learns disturbing information from the neighbors. Years earlier, Nina tried to end her own life by overdose and her daughter Cece's life by drowning her, and that resulted in her being hospitalized for 9 months, while Andrew was left to care for their daughter on his own. This revelation helps Millie understand the long history behind Nina's instability. Overwhelmed by Nina's increasingly unpredictable behavior, Millie begins to seriously plan her escape from the house, realizing that staying may no longer be safe for her. A few days later, Nina asks Millie to arrange a weekend trip to the city for her and Andrew to see a Broadway play. Millie makes all the arrangements, only for Nina to suddenly claim she never asked her because she had plans with Cece and wasn't free that weekend. Unable to get a refund for the tickets, Andrew and Millie secretly decide to go together. After enjoying the show, Millie notices numerous angry texts from Nina. Showing them to Andrew, the two end up sleeping together. Upon returning home, Nina discovers a playbill from the Broadway show, sparking a fight. Andrew demands that Nina leave the house, which she does. Following this, Andrew and Millie began living together as a couple. One morning, while Millie is preparing breakfast, she accidentally breaks an heirloom china set. Startled by Mateo appearing suddenly, she cleans up and puts the broken pieces in a plastic bag. Andrew then unexpectedly takes her to the attic room, drags her drink, and locks her inside. Meanwhile, Nina is shown happily settled in the hotel where she is staying. She writes a letter to Cece explaining what happened. Millie, struggling as a single mother while juggling work, accidentally runs into Andrew at a meeting where her boss humiliates her. Later, Andrew tracks her down and apologizes, leading to the start of their relationship. Millie introduces Andrew to her child, and their relationship initially seems perfect. However, during the early stages of their perfect relationship, an argument over Millie not coloring her hair as agreed escalates. Andrew tricks her into the attic storage room and locks her inside. He demands that before he lets her go, Nina pull out 100 strands of hair with the follicles intact. She is left in the room with only 3 small bottles of water. When she completes the task, Andrew forces her to do it again, claiming 1 strand was incomplete. Finally, he releases her, giving her a small, drugged bottle of water, which she drinks before rushing to see Cece, but loses consciousness. It is revealed that Andrew staged the scenario to make it appear that Nina tried to drown her daughter and then attempted suicide by overdose. Nina is subsequently taken to a mental health facility and is not allowed to leave until she gives a false confession. And Andrew becomes the face of the perfect husband who deals with a mentally unstable wife in front of the community. It is later revealed that Nina had intentionally hired Millie, knowing Andrew would be drawn to her. Nina believed that Millie's vulnerability, her blonde appearance, lack of family support, and past manslaughter conviction would make Andrew feel like her savior. She also assumed that Millie's past made her capable of protecting herself, while also setting up a chain of events that would ultimately remove Nina from Andrew's life. Back in the present, Andrew punishes Millie for breaking the china, claiming she must make 21 deep cuts on herself, the same number as the broken pieces, before he will let her out. After completing the ordeal, Andrew comes to release her, but Millie seizes a cheese knife that Nina had previously stashed in the attic and stabs him in the neck. Following a struggle, she locks him inside and gives him a condition. In order to be freed, he must rip out one of his front teeth, the one she knows his mother values most. Meanwhile, Nina prepares to leave for good, but decides to return to the house to rescue Millie at Cecilia's suggestion. Seeing a light on in the attic room and assuming Millie is trapped, she unlocks the door. Andrew attacks them both, but Millie manages to escape. When Andrew attempts to kill Nina after she refuses to come back to him, Millie intervenes and pushes him over a spiral staircase, killing him. To make it appear accidental, Nina unscrews a light bulb and drops it on him while changing it. A policewoman named Jessica Connors, investigating the incident, notices inconsistencies in Nina's story, but, as the sister of Andrew's first fiancé, chooses not to pursue the case further. It is eventually revealed that Millie's prior imprisonment was the result of an incident in her senior year. She saved her roommate from an assault that led to the assailant's death, but when her roommate denied the claims, Millie was charged with manslaughter. Later, Millie attends another housemaid interview. The woman interviewing her, recommended by Nina, timidly plays with a knife set and reveals a bruise implied to have been caused by her husband. Millie simply asks when she can start working. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to subscribe and like for more recaps like this. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.